Welcome to Film Trip, a series where we take a look back at a movie we remember from childhood and see if it still holds up. I'm Nolan, that's Sam, that's Sean. This week, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl.
Very good.
If you want to leave a like on this video, it really helps, and if you enjoy the content, subscribe.
Please do it.
Please subscribe.
Pray, please.
It's 2020. The world is in shambles. Australia is on fire. There's a worldwide pandemic, and Kobe Bryant died.
Oh.
But it's alright, because Disney has come to save the day. The Pirates of the Caribbean reboot, starring Margot Robbie.
Oh, very good.
That's what, yeah, there you go.
Wait, what is... That's happening?
Yeah, so actually, that is a separate from the other reboot. So they're actually making 2 Pirates of the Caribbean movies in the next few years.
Is she supposed to play, like, one of the characters we know and love?
No, one is a female-led movie, kind of like Ghostbusters or something like that.
Oh, wait, so is she going to be, like, the Jack Sparrow, but she's...
Jacqueline Sparrow?
She'll be a new character. They're all new characters, but one's a female-led pirate-like crew, and then one is just like a reboot of the original saga.
I think that she would be good in the role, but if you've seen the last 2 Pirates movies, that doesn't really instill a lot of confidence in me.
I haven't.
They're bad.
Let me go political for a second.
Do it.
Companies making these woman-led movies are using these women in like a time where, you know, like people are pushing for more woman characters and stuff, but they're using them for financial gain in these type of movies where they reboot stuff instead of actually making original characters.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Like, if she's just going to be another Jack Sparrow, like, I've seen her do that type of role before. I'm not super, like, I'm not impressed.
Well, it sounds to me like you guys hate women.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
The thing is, it's the exact opposite, because I want women to have their own original stuff. People are saying, like, make a woman James Bond, and I'm like, well, they made a movie called Atomic Blonde, and that's a really good movie, and they could branch off that, and that's their own personal touch. Like, there's a woman.
I far prefer that.
At the end of the day, I think if just make a good movie and then everyone will just shut up.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, very good movie.
I liked it quite a lot.
I hadn't seen Pirates movie in a while, and because the last one I saw, the Dead Men Tell No Tales, I think was the last one, I put a bad taste in my mouth for the franchise. But going back to the beginning, I loved seeing the actual pirates that I loved to watch as a kid.
It looks amazing, too.
Yeah, we just did Spy Kids. I mean, that one was filmed, like, a similar time.
It's mostly all practical effects in this.
Really?
And the CGI that they do use for the skeleton men isn't that bad.
No, it's pretty good. That scene when Jack Sparrow and oh shit, I forget the pirate's name.
Barbossa?
Yeah, they're doing their sword fight, and then there's like the holes in the cave, and they're going through it, and they're switching back and forth from skeleton to man. It was like, wow, that's really impressive.
I want to talk about the universe that this kind of resides in. The use of practical effects and the fact that it does look so amazing, I think really helps balance out the fact that this is a universe where everyone's kind of stupid. Everyone's a little dumb, even the smartest characters in it. It's a universe where, like, in the middle of a fight, everyone's always getting flung up into the air and then just balancing on a really skinny piece of wood, and where you can just throw a kayak over your head and walk on the bottom of the ocean.
That was the only part where I thought, this is stupid.
I've got some questions about Jimmy Norrington, okay? So, in the first flashback, she's what, 10 years old?
I was thinking, like, between 7 and 10.
He looks the exact same age at that time, too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's already the captain of a ship, so he's what, mid to late 20s? And then 10 years go by, or 8 years, he was already a grown man, and she was a child. I get it was a different time, but
it was like a little bit gross.
It sounds like grooming to me.
Yeah, and then it's like the whole movie is kind of like bringing up that this proposal's in the air. The whole time I was thinking, like, this is not how it worked in the pirate times. It's like, I wish they didn't even do this proposal thing, because it's making me so uncomfortable that, like, she definitely just wouldn't have the choice back then. It's great that she does.
Right.
But it's like, ugh, this is not how it would have gone.
The dad would be like, yeah, just, you're getting married to that guy. I don't care if he's 40 years older than you.
And then when he accepts the marriage proposal, it's only on the basis that they're going to go rescue the man that Elizabeth actually loves
this
from
fucking
pirates.
simp.
Like, buddy, maybe go find someone else.
She clearly doesn't like you.
Yeah, there's got to be some other 12-year-old girl you were
Yeah,
grooming at
you
the
can
time.
you can just start again, man. Like in a couple years she'll be 18 and you can
Yeah. I really feel for Elizabeth's father in this because all he wants for his daughter is to just have a good life. And she is making it so hard on him.
I mean,
She wants him to marry the Commodore, which would be very good for her. But then even when she accepts the proposal, he's at her door saying that she made a good choice, but even a good choice isn't a good choice if it's made for the wrong reasons. Basically saying, if you want to go marry the blacksmith pirate, you can do that. And then he opens the door and she's escaped to go hijack another pirate ship. And it's like, come on. Also, bad hair. Bad wig.
oh, I thought it was
hair.
so funny with this flashback. He had black hair, and then he's got the white. That's the only aging they did on him. He's got a different color wig.
He's such like a sad sap character. You just like feel for him. He doesn't fight. He can't fight really at all. He can't do anything. He's just like this old dad, and he's like insinuating just like I know who you really love, but she's just like, oh, let me jump off the boat.
I imagine Mr. Swan when Elizabeth keeps just fucking off to go be a pirate. I imagine it's like Will Smith when Jaden Smith. Do you guys remember when that guy was raiding Twitter?
All the words were capitalized.
Yeah, I imagine that's what Will Smith. He's like, please, I have such a good life set up for you.
Just don't be weird on Twitter and make me look bad.
When this movie came out, we were 5 years old, and Elizabeth Swann was the first girl that was really doing it for me. It was Elizabeth Swann, it was the girl with orange hair from Totally Spies, and it was the vampire chick from Scooby-Doo.
Oh yeah, the vampire chick from Scooby-Doo, yeah.
If you ask anyone our age, Elizabeth Swann was the one.
Yeah, Keira Knightley is just the real deal. She started her career as like the hot girl in the movie though. Like, actually, I don't know. Was she a child actor? Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's hot.
She's a beautiful woman. She's very beautiful.
Very.
As we mentioned before, the whole film looks really good, and that's done through a lot of practical effects and really good set design.
Yeah.
And in particular, when Jack and Barbossa are fighting in the cave, there was over 100,000 pieces of gold used to put on the floor of the cave. And I couldn't help but think, Jack had one of those pieces of the Aztec gold that they need to reverse the curse. He just has it in his hand. If he drops that at all during the fight, they're never getting that back. They're never reversing that curse.
Here's the thing. Every character in this is a bad guy. All of them. There was no like one where I was like, you're not being a dick at all. Like, you're doing the right thing. Because they weren't letting these pirates like just have their normal life back. Like our protagonists, our heroes. Then the military is like after them, trying to get Elizabeth to marry this dude. And then the pirates were just like trying to kill everyone who had the coin. What if they just wanted to help you? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you could, if you were just nice about it and explained it like a normal person, you could have had your curse reversed, but you couldn't do that, could you? I couldn't help but thinking like the entire time, like the Pirates on the Black Pearl, they have a pretty reasonable request that you just can't like fill out for them. Why are you running away? Just let them have their normal life back, and you can just go back to doing your thing. You can get married in the Caribbean or whatever you were gonna do. I just don't understand why you were being so difficult.
If anything, the English military should want to reverse the curse.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
then they could kill them. Because go ahead and hang them. They're not going to die. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Reverse the curse and then arrest them and hang them. I do have a theory about all of these pirates being incredibly horny that I think if you're a pirate for long enough that you just turn gay. It's kind of like prison.
Yeah, exactly.
These guys spend most of their lives just out on the water, surrounded by men.
If you get some girls in the mix, like, unless you are gay, but if you get some girls in the mix, the pirate life would be incredible.
Really?
I don't know about
I think
that.
it would be horrible. They're dirty.
Terrible sleep areas, terrible like health conditions, like
Just going in like
getting scurvy
well,
in your
in theory.
like trench foot
Going and like robbing ships and just like having a good time, drinking rum.
Another thing, they're always throwing full bottles of rum just for the theatrics of a bottle breaking. They just have one swig of it and huck it at a wall. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just found it funny after when they're like, basically, like they're pillaging the whole place, and then they bring the girl on board. It's like, there's probably some raping and pillaging in that village going on in real life, but then you go on board and then there's just like, they're a real sucker for a monkey in a costume.
Now we can do miscellaneous notes for this movie. So I can go first and then you can go after that, Doyle. I have Gibbs is a boss.
Nice. It's a good note.
I like how they just use him as an exposition machine anytime something needs to be explained. He just puts a knee up on something and explains it to the whole crew.
This is a note I had. This movie has the perfect representation of NPCs in video games. So what I was playing off of was all the soldiers have terrible shots like a British version of Stormtroopers.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
It's the kind of universe where 50 soldiers will miss an open shot at just a guy running around.
Yeah.
And then if you just push a guy down onto the ground, it just knocks him out.
Yeah, or that one part where they're where there's like the hole in the dock because Jack dropped like a weight onto it and then just like two of them fell into the water. It's like, why would you run towards the hole, man?
The enemy characters are their attack is low and also their hit points are low.
Yeah.
Where they can't hit a shot and then you punch them in the face and they're dead.
Yeah.
Or when the captain of the Black Pearl, I forgot his name again. When he's like killed Jack and they all just point their guns at him and then wait for Jack to say something. It's like, all right, come on, shoot the guy. Jesus Christ, follow your orders, buddy.
There are so many points in this movie. Like, there's like 40 guns on the person, and then they're all just like, probably like 5 times in this movie. There's about 40 guns on Jack or Will or who probably Jack, and then something happens. Someone says something, or Elizabeth stands in, and then they're like, "Put down your weapons! For God's sakes, put your weapons down! My daughter is there." And then draw
and then they just
your
call
weapons.
Parlay.
Oh my God!
Yeah, Parlay is so annoying.
Oh my
That
God, it's so funny. It's just a last resort when there's 50 people about to murder you. You can just say parlay because maybe they won't kill you.
I was thinking parlay is like, I was like, oh, what a great, like, there's so many rules with the pirate life. What a civilized like class of people. And then they get her onto the boat, and immediately she gets like slapped in the face. I'm like, oh, never mind. All right, they're assholes too.
But as a kid, I remember parlay so much. I remember that was the one word I remember. The one thing I remember the most about this movie as a kid was the word parlay. I remember when she opened the closet and she's like, "Parlay, I want to parlay."
Parlay! What? Parlay. I invoke the right of parlay.
And then they're like, "Parlay?" And like there's 2 stupid idiots. The one with the
The
eyes.
one with a stupid eye.
They're not stupid enough to be like, I know what parlay is, and I don't care, so I'm just going to kill you anyway. They're just the right amount of stupid where it's like you can call parlay, and I'm going to act like I'm smart enough to know what that is.
Yeah.
Like, parlay? Of course I know what that is. We got to bring her to the captain, because that's what parlay is.
I just had that in my note. The literally just parlay.
Parlay!
Yeah, I had that too.
Another note I have is Elizabeth has one line that's, "You like pain? Try wearing a corset."
Yeah, that was.
And then proceeds to hit a guy with a giant metal rod.
You like pain? Try wearing a corset.
Like, that's not the same. Also, do I like pain? No, of course not.
But it's such relatable humor for women who lived through the 1800s.
Yeah, which like I'm sure was a big demographic for this movie in 2003.
All of the women sitting in the theater with their corsets on, they're like, that's me, that's me.
I'm 132 years old, and I love this movie. This movie represents me.
So overall, would you guys give this a parlay or a parlay?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like how many of those eyes would you give it? But no. All right, I'd give it obviously a parlay.
Oh, it's a big parlay, yeah.
Parlay, but like parlay with Lil Jon saying like "yay," Lil Jon screaming "yay."
Oh, now I gotta edit that in.
Parley!